What's good, YouTube? It's your favorite barber, Dave, 859 Blessed Hands, back in the shop. And today I'm bringing you a clean mid-ball fade with a 6 guard on top haircut tutorial. Whether you're just starting out or trying to sharpen your skills, I'm breaking this down step by step from the ball line all the way to the blend with efficiency and quality. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're rocking with the content. Hit that bell so you don't miss any future drops. Let's get into it. So right here, I'm using my 5/0. Always use my 5/0 to set my ball line in and kind of just ball it out. Saves the life of my trimmers. Those are my Octane detachable clippers. Straight lawnmower beauty. Right here, I switch to my 6 guard, and I always start right down the middle. That way it kind of separates from left to right. And I'm just taking it off, going over stuff, combing it. With straight hair, you kind of always get those scraggles. I'm looking at it from different angles, using the light to my advantage to see if I can see things that you don't just see just looking straight on. Switch to the other side, do the same thing. As you see, I'm going with the shape of the head, just being very thorough and just getting that all even all the way around. Right here, I just open my clipper all the way. I'm using those new Babyliss Tune 45 joints. Probably the best clipper you can probably get on the market right now. But I'm setting that first guideline in, again with it all the way open, only going up about 1/2 inch, whereas a lot of people say fingers width. And as you see, I dropped it down in the back a little bit just to go with the shape of that head, right by that occipital bone. It's going to really bring out that mid-ball fade. Just being very clean with it. Doesn't hurt to go over it. Those little things will save you time in the end and create consistency throughout the cut. Right here, I closed my clipper and I'm going to start taking out that initial line. And I'm got the clippers more angled towards me to use the tips of that blade and flick out at the same time. That way I'm not doing too much. And it's also going to help keep a lot of this fade darker compared to stretching it out. Come to the other side, do the same thing. Cracking jokes in the shop. You know, you always got to keep the conversation going. It's always good to chop it up with your client, chop it up with everybody else in the shop, create those good vibes. Right here, I took my 1 guard, opened it all the way, created my next guideline, going up about the same as before, that fingers width. And I'm using the shape of the guard a lot right here. I'm setting that guideline, but as I get to the top, I'm also flicking out. That way that next step makes it a whole lot easier and it's not such a hard line, and it helps not push the fade up too high. I closed it up, softened it up, and now I switched over to my 1/2 guard. Immediately went in with it closed all the way, flicking out that line because I softened that line up with the 1 guard closed prior to this. Do that all the way around. As you see, that line comes out pretty easy. That's a real gem right there. A lot of barbers will soften up those lines right before they use the guard they need to get it all the way out. Really saves time, consistency, and efficiency. Doing that last little bit. Might see a couple spots that I need to hit a little bit more. A little bit of TLC. I opened this up a little bit because I had to go a little bit higher, and instead of just popping my one guard on, I just hit that half guard open with the clippered angle. Right here, I took my 1.5 guard open, and I'm just flicking out again, using the shape of that guard to help not push the fade up too high. See, the bottom of my clipper is more pointed down, and I'm just flicking out. And if I need to dig in, you'll see the back of that clipper come up a little bit higher, and I dig in more with the teeth if I need to. You see Noah back there cracking jokes. Again, vibes of the shop, man. Going back to that one guard open to take out the last little bit. And as you see, like, I didn't use much guards, man. The 6 guard to get the top to the length he desired. And then for the fade itself, I mean, all I used was the half guard, 1 guard, 1.5. I didn't do too much. I didn't spend time going to the 2 guard, the 3 guard, the 4 guard, none of that. You create the foundation of your haircut, the fade, and you worry about the detail work at the end. A lot of the detail work in this cut for me is when, after this part, I'll hit and do the clipper over comb. That's where I do a lot of my detail work, is clipper over comb work. I typically never go over a 2 guard when it comes down to my fades. This is where I switched over to this comb, and I'm starting to do some fading / detail work / debulking. So when I'm going up with the clipper like that, that's when I'm fading. When I go with the clipper from the side, that's when I'm debulking. And this comb is really great, man. Any barber that starts out in the shop, anywhere I've ever worked, I always tell them, man, get this comb, because it's perfect. It has a handle to easily flip that comb, to comb the hair back down and flip it back to get back into clipper over comb. It's small enough to where you can do detail work and fade with it. But it's big enough to where if you need a debulk, you can, instead of having to switch to so many different combs. Just creating a cut, making a cut a longer process. And that's what it's all about. You have to produce quality and have efficiency. You know, you could spend hours and hours on a cut, and some people love that. And that's when you know when you need to do things like that. But most people, they want to come in, they want to get a haircut, they want to have a good time, and they want to get out. Time is money. Time is precious. And if they can come in and in 30 minutes get a great haircut and get a good time, that's going to be a winner every time. Not just for them, but for you, because then that's more people on your books. Right here, I'm still doing some detail work, some debulking, fading out dark spots. Just trying to make the whole cut come together. And this is the first video, guys, so as time progresses, better camera quality, better mic quality, it's all gonna come together just like these cuts. And if there's any cuts out there that you guys are struggling with or want to see me do and explain or anything, feel free to comment, and I'll definitely tag you in the next video for that. Again, seeing dark spots, trying to get those out. And you see, if you pay attention to where that comb and clipper is going, I'm taking that comb up and I'm angling it out, and then I'm cutting the hairs at the bottom of those teeth every time. The only time you'll see me cut at the tip of the hair is when the hair is very, very short and I need to blend that out. And I always do clip over comb with my clipper open. That way it leaves room for error. Because you can always cut more, but you can't put it back on. But now we're getting towards the end of the fade, going over the other side, seeing dark spots, cleaning those up, pausing a little bit to chop it up in the shop. And again, these clippers, man, they're awesome. I've never had them die on me. They've always cut through any hair, and they just, again, they help with that efficiency. And right here, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the lineup. Start on my C cup. And with this mid-ball fade, it's not a full C cup. As you see, it's just a little bit right when it starts to curve. And I'm using the corners of the trimmer a lot, so I'm not making too much of a straight line, and just taking my time to get the best end result as possible. And I always start from the top right there and then come from the bottom. Then we switch it over to the vertical bar. And I go ahead and just clean that corner up all the way. Go ahead and switch to the other side and repeat. And that's the thing, once you got these formulas down and you understand the hair, understand what you're doing, a lot of this will just become second nature to you. And if y'all hear any snoring, I got a big old Rottweiler. It's probably him in the background. Shout out Tank, getting his sleep in. Right there, just cleaning up the bald area, get everything real nice and clean. Then now I'm going to go ahead and move towards the middle and start finishing up this lineup. Had to fix his head a little bit, a little lopsided. And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes with clients, they're sitting a certain way, their heads tilted, and some barbers, they might continue on, but to produce the best that you can produce, you want to be vocal or fix their head like I did. Let them, if they're crouched down, hey man, you mind sitting up or something, because you want to be able to produce, and your client, they're not going to get mad. They're going to appreciate all that you're doing. They're coming to you because you're the professional. Now I'm just like cleaning up that lineup, and while I'm cleaning up that lineup, I'm also coming down a little bit, get those hairs off his forehead. Right here I'm hitting, there's one little hair right there that just wouldn't cut, and I was finally got it to cut. But again guys, you see the cut, mid ball fade, 6 guard on top, lined him up, came out great. He was a first time client for me, not for the shop. He usually goes to my guy Izzy. He was booked up, I had a cancellation. You see he's looking in the mirror. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. See y'all in the next video.